Hi, it's Bob Myers. Hey, today I want to talk about paper. Yes, believe it or not, paper is coming back. I had a client recently that we got to the table to write an offer, and I said, well, you need to write a check. And it was like, what? I don't know what a check is. I don't have a checkbook. Well, if you're going to buy a house, you need to make a plan that you've got to have a check for earnest deposit. So I thought I'd do check writing 101. Here, I have an example. I've taken out my bank account uh, just in case, but it's easy. Pen, you when you opened up your checking account, you will have gotten a box of checks. They're probably in your junk drawer. So find them or go back to the bank and they can give you a couple of checks. This is what is attached to your offer to purchase as earnest deposit, which shows your intent. So this has to make your contract legal. You can't put up a boat, you can't put up a motorcycle, you can't put up your kid as earnest deposit. It's got to be money and it's got to be in a check. So then it's applied to your down payment. So you don't lose it, you get it back if nothing closes. But this is how it works. So up here you write your date. So we'll say it's January 1st, 2020. I'm looking into the future. Then the listing company will say where the check should be deposited. Sometimes it's a real estate company, sometimes it's a title company. So we are going to write, and you need to do cursive actually. My third grade granddaughter is learning cursive, so we practice a lot. It's better to write than to print, which is check etiquette 103. So Continental Title. So you write that on the blank blank. It says pay to, that's who it goes to. On contracts, it needs to be deposited within 5 days of when you write the offer. So the amount, depending on the price of the house, depending on how generous you are, depending on how much serious you want to appear to the seller, depending if you're competing with other offers, depending. But let's just say you're going to write it for $1,000. Here you write the numbers $1,000. It's pretty easy. Then the line below, you again practice your cursive like you did from third grade. And you write 1,000 on the line. And then you draw a line and then you write 00/100. Some people will write 00/100 here. It doesn't matter. But then you finish out the line. Then you sign your name. I always write my formal name of Robert J. So that's where you write your signature. Then here under memo, it's to give you a reference of what the check is for. So I normally have clients write ED, earnest deposit, and then the address, 123 Maple Street, so that you know where the check, and God forbid an agent loses your earnest deposit check, there's a reference of who it is, what property it goes to, or when you turn it into the title company, they also have a reference. So easy breezy. Now, if you are a seller and you have your house set up in a trust, the Robert J. Myers Trust is on title. When you establish your trust, you probably opened up a checking account. Maybe you didn't. But when you close and the house is in a trust, the title company will pay out, but they need to wire it into a checking account just with the trust name. So if you don't have a checking account in the name of the trust, you're not going to get your money wired. They will write you a check, then that's up to the bank to cash it if you don't have an account with the trust or into your personal name. I've had several clients scurry around the day before closing because they had it set up in a trust, but they didn't have it in a checking account. Secondly, journaling. I have lots of them. If you want one, call me. There's online journals. I have a client that used Evernote, which I have as well, and online journals. She kept track of every house. But if you're inclined to write and you want a journal, I have lots. Call me. I'll get one to you instantly. Hope that helps. Check writing. It's fun, but be ready to be ready.